Two things that come to my mind when I think about 2020 and COVID. Number one is, how can I help? There have been big events in the past in the world that have helped you or made you think, how can I help? This is a significant event, 9/11, etc. This one is the biggest one we've ever gone through, and I would say that it's far greater than the Great Recession. The Great Recession might have hit us more significantly, so we were more aware. This one has hit 70% of the country more significantly, in the sense that 70% of the country is having an incredibly difficult time paying bills and staying alive and paying rent. And I see that every day when I order Uber Eats or I am purchasing things. So I make sure on my day-to-day basis that I am offering eye contact and dignity to every single person I work with. And I am compensating them far more than I ever had in the past, knowing that they're all struggling. Second thing I focus on, which is the polar opposite, is opportunity. Anytime you have this much volatility in the market and this much rockiness in the waters, there are some that are going to prosper. And At Properties will be the company that prospers during this time. We are committed to that. So opportunity exists when you have this much volatility. And so I try not to forget about anybody that I come into contact with, and I'm doing everything I possibly can. And I know I can do significantly more if I take advantage of opportunity to generate more revenue. It gives me a chance to not only provide for my family and you guys and our team internally, but it gives me a better chance to contribute and donate to others and their organizations.
So reflecting on 2020 in the last 8-9 months, it has been quite a year, quite an unexpected year for all of us. I think more than anything else, when talking about gratitude, I'm grateful for my and my family's health and all of your health. I think that that's the one thing that we're all striving for right now, is making sure we all stay healthy. I'm also incredibly grateful for what we all have. It's funny, I almost feel guilty sometimes when people ask me, oh, how are you doing? How's your business? Because I know so many businesses are suffering. I have friends in the hospitality industry, friends in other businesses where they are really struggling to just stay alive. And yet, we at this point, even though we didn't expect it, are having one of the best years we've ever had. So for me, I almost temper my response, but the reality is I'm incredibly grateful that our industry is one of the shining stars in the economy right now, and one of the things that is helping our economy continue to move along. So I would say that that's a big gratitude for me. For me, I'm also incredibly grateful for the time that I've been able to spend with my family. In the effort to make lemonade out of lemons, when you think about being stuck for a couple months at home, I spent some of the best family time I've probably ever had with my kids and my wife. And we didn't try to tear each other from limb to limb, which I was actually surprised at a couple of times. But I am really grateful for the time that we spent together, because it was unique and a time that we'll probably never ever have quite like that again.
So when we think about gratitude in 2020, obviously we are grateful for our loved ones, our family, and our friendships, right? The second piece I'm really grateful for is At Properties and growth. Why? Because we've been able to keep everyone employed. We've been able to add more jobs. We're hiring more engineers. We're opening in multiple locations. And with that growth comes prosperity that then trickles to all of our employees. And so creating opportunity for all. I'm grateful that I get to live in that existence during 2020, because I do know it's rare air. And we are building it, and we are prospering, and we are helping others, and we are building a culture and a family where we can all embrace one another and feel as good as possible this year.
It has been an incredibly busy year for almost all of us. So as we head into the holidays, just like we say every year, but this year in particular, you need to take some time for yourself. It's a little bit of downtime, whatever that is. Some people like to exercise more. Some people like to eat more, like me. Some people, want to read a book because they never have time to do it. But find something for yourself that's good for yourself, and take care of yourself. Kevin and Amy have done an incredible job of the Love Yourself campaign, and I do think that it is very, very applicable today. It's been a crazy year, both how busy you've all been at work and with all the stresses that you've dealt with in life. I think that this is an opportunity for you to take a deep breath and hopefully get a little bit of time to yourself, spend with your loved ones as safely and as much as you're comfortable with, and just reflect a little bit about how fortunate we are and try to enjoy the downtime and some time to relax.
I would say one thing, grand gestures. When you think in your mind, how can I give grand gestures to people? How can I make people feel special? How can I make people feel appreciated? How do I make people feel loved? That happens through day-to-day contact and the way that you treat them, but it can also happen through grand gestures. And what is a grand gesture? A grand gesture is listening closely to somebody, finding out what they need, finding out what they want, and figuring out a way to get it for them. And when you do that, you achieve gratitude, you receive closer relationships, and you feel better about yourself because you're providing something for someone else. Sometimes we get benefit providing ourselves with things, but we get far more benefit when we provide others with what they're looking for. And grand gestures, especially when focused on past clients who are responsible for driving your business, those will go a long way because you'll also reap the reward of their response, but you'll also be injecting more positivity and love into your business, which will only reap more referrals. So I would try to set a number of grand gestures that you can accomplish each week and check them off on your piece of paper using your pencil. And I guarantee you by the end of the year, you'll have a lot of thank you notes in your mailbox.